We're going to interrupt our regularly scheduled program over at KRHV. Why? Well, because we've got a legend in the house. I'm looking at this lady over here. We have got Lorrie Gould, the president of the Mammoth Hospital Auxiliary, and just a special person. And we've just met for the very first time, haven't we?
That's true.
And you spell your name Lorrie, Lorrie.
Yes.
Where does that come from?
My mom, I don't know. It isn't my real name, but that's, it's my nickname. And I've always wondered why people name their children something and then call them something else.
Interesting.
Yes.
So why don't you go back to your original name?
Because I like Lorrie. I am Lorrie.
You are Lorrie. Okay. What was your...
My name is Loretta.
Oh, Loretta. Well,
my father was in love with Loretta Young.
Okay. Well, pretty close, Lorrie and Loretta. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And so how long have you been in Mammoth Lakes?
I started coming to Mammoth Lakes in 1965 when I dated my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before that, we were married in 56, and his dad used to bring me up here before we got married even. So I've been coming here a lot of years, but we moved permanently up here in 1995. We used to come in the motorhome all the time until we had 3 daughters, and it got more and more crowded because they started having babies, and so we decided to build a house, and then we retired up here, and we absolutely loved every bit of it.
Fantastic.
But my husband skied with Dave McCoy when he was like 8 or 9 years old, and only McGee Creek was running at that time. So he was up here a lot of years.
You've seen a lot. What has changed the most for you about this area over the years?
I think the crowds. Mm-hmm. I think, I hate to say this, but I'm glad I'm old and my skiing years are ending. This is my last year. And I remember when it wasn't so crowded and you didn't have to worry about people running into you. And it's even crowded on the bike path. But I still love it. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here and for what you do over at the Auxiliary. We really do appreciate it. We're going to get into that. Can you start, for those who may not know, by telling us what the Mammoth Hospital Auxiliary is and the role it plays here in Mammoth?
Well, our main goal, practically the whole thing, is to make money to buy equipment for the hospital. That is in our bylaws, and we don't do anything else, really. We get involved in the annual golf tournament and the Rhiannon's kids' pickleball, but mostly all of our money comes in at the cast-off, and it all goes to the hospital, except for cost to run the cast-off. But
okay. Well, you have to rent over there? I mean, we're going to talk more
No,
about
we own the building.
Okay, so you own the building. So what cost would you incur? Everyone's a volunteer over there or no?
Everyone's a volunteer so far. Okay. We're aging out. We need more volunteers that are younger.
Okay.
But there are a lot of us that are getting old.
Yeah.
But that's all volunteers.
We'll talk about that a little bit more because it's really important to keep that going for what you do for the hospital. How long has the Auxiliary been part of the hospital and the community?
Well, the Auxiliary started in 1968, before there was a hospital, and it's been going ever since then. But then they incorporated in 1976, and we became the Hospital Auxiliary at that point. This is our 4th location in town.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's only one location. You just went through 3 others to get to this one.
Correct.
I see. Okay, before my time too. So what inspired you personally to get involved?
Personally, it was because I lost my husband and I needed to fill my time with something, and I wanted to do something that made me feel good too.
Do you have some friends over there? How'd you get to know about it?
I did have a couple of friends that worked there, and that's the main reason I went over.
You get to hang out with your friends.
It's such a nice group of people. It used to be a lot of ladies, but we have a lot of men too that work in the electronics department. They test everything before it goes out on the floor, and they help move the heavy things that we can't all lift. But yeah, that's why I started, and I love it.
And so how long have you been there?
I started in 2013, the beginning of the year. Mostly I'm a cashier. I love it because I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many nice people come through there and how many people love it.
Absolutely. All right. So for people who may not realize it, how does the Auxiliary support the hospital?
Well, we literally, everything that we donate is for equipment for the hospital. That's all we work for, is to make money to buy equipment for the hospital.
Okay, straight up.
Straight out.
How much has the auxiliary contributed to the Mammoth Hospital over the years? Do you know?
At the end of our last fiscal year, we had hit about $5.5 million worth of equipment. And we also give scholarships to the high school students. They're achievement awards. They're not huge, but we do that. And we also give scholarships to the employees of the hospital who want to further their education in the medical field.
And so what kind of items over at Cast Off do you guys accept?
We accept almost everything that isn't huge. We have jewelry, clothes, records, books. Sporting goods is a big thing because there's a lot of children in the area that grow every year, and you have to replace their equipment. So it's a good place to go and get their equipment every year.
Now, I would think one of the benefits of being a volunteer is that you can kind of siphon through that stuff first, right?
Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of people that we open at 10, and there are people there at 9 that do the sorting in the back, and you can see them wandering around the store doing their shopping before anybody else gets in there. Okay. And it's always changing because we have huge amounts coming in all the time of new things. And we live in an affluent area, so we get a lot of really nice donations.
So you were mentioning that, you're the cashier. What other kinds of roles are there? You were mentioning they go through some of the electronics to make sure they're working.
That's where most of the men go. We have people in the back who sort through everything and put it out on the floor. We have a person who takes care of the antiques room, and a person who takes care of the better sporting goods stuff. And like I also do the greeting cards. A lot of people have special little roles they play.
Right. So what does a typical shift look like for a volunteer?
Well, we're open from 10 to 3, but most of the day chairs, that's the person who's in charge for that day, they'll be there at 9, and after you close out at 3, you're there probably until 3:30. But very few people stay that whole time because we're old. And, so if anybody wants to volunteer, they can come for an hour or 2 hours. We accept help anytime we can get it.
Okay.
But for me, I work 3 hours at a time.
Okay. And you're not open every single day, right?
We're open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Okay, so 3 days.
And that's mainly because we're all volunteers and we can't get enough help to stay open other days.
Okay, so if everybody pitched in an hour or 2 every week and we had 100 people, it would work out pretty well.
Right.
Okay. What do volunteers say they enjoy the most about working
think
over there?
they enjoy the most the friendship of the people that work there. Yeah. It's a really nice group of people.
It sounds perfect to me.
It is.
Who makes a great auxiliary or cast-off volunteer? Do they need specific skills?
No, they don't need specific skills. Easy for you to say, not for me.
I'm not
just to be willing to work and be happy, and there's nothing really vital.
Yeah, good attitude, I suppose. Right. Just to come willing to help out.
Happy person.
Okay. Well, now you've limited it to
to only happy people.
Oh, just kidding.
Most people are happy.
If someone is listening and interested, how can they get involved? Should they go to your the Facebook,
best thing to do is to drive to the back door where you make donations and walk in and talk to the day chair and say, I would like to join. And they'll give you the forms to fill out, and that's the beginning of it.
Just come over.
Just come over and ask to join.
All right, you guys are located next to the bowling alley at 3059 Chateau Road. That is the cast-off. And so head on over there and say hey to Lorrie. she'll get you off.
Saturday mornings. I'm almost there every Saturday morning at the cash register.
Is that your day?
That's my day.
Okay, right on. And all right, so beyond volunteering, are there other ways the community can support your work?
Well, by donating. That's the main thing. Just donating and taking part in the golf tournament and the pickleball tournament. Mm-hmm. But that's all. It's just donations is what we need and what we use and what we sell.
Okay, so we talked about some of the positives of being over there. So yeah, if you're listening right now, I'll just back up what you said. If you're listening right now, feel inspired, and you've got some extra dough, but maybe not the hours, then hand some over nicely to Lorrie and give her the money for the auxiliary so we can get some new equipment over to the hospital. I think that's a great thing. But of course, if you want to, I don't know, I always like to think that if you do volunteer work, there's something internal that kind of
Oh my gosh, yeah, it
is
gives you the
uplifting.
best feeling.
Yeah.
It is. It's really nice.
And it's a real safe place to work with because the people are kind. And if you're a mean person, they'll just tell you to go away. They don't
Right.
want you, but they're looking.
We'll escort them out.
Lorrie will let you know. All right, so what is it? There was a question I wanted to ask you. All right, so the positives are going to be, you work with great people, you get to work with the community, you're helping people to get some of their needs, whether it's young kids who are growing and get their sporting gear, whether I need a tie because there's not going to be many choices for me here in Mammoth Lakes to do that. I know I go over there and get myself a suit jacket if I need to for an event, that kind of stuff.
That's correct.
What would you say would be like maybe the downside? Is there a side of working at the cast off that you would say, maybe it could be a little bit better? You had mentioned earlier.
I can't think of any downside, quite frankly. I just think it's all good.
I'm pausing. That's great. I was thinking maybe part of that might be that people are bringing in like mattresses and things that you can't get rid of.
That is
maybe
the
that
downside.
kind of stuff.
Sometimes we feel like people use us as a dump. They come in our off hours where we can't watch them, and they put things there that they know we don't accept, big things, and then we end up having to break them down and throw them in the trash or deliver them to the transfer station, and so it costs us money to do that.
So how do I know what items that I should bring or that I can't bring?
We have a sign on the back door that lists everything that we accept, and I think, I can't remember for sure, we had a big sign up that said no mattresses and on the back of the building and things like that, but people don't read.
Well, it is what
it is. What it is, yes.
I understand. I would imagine that some people may be moving in a hurry and it may not be easy for them to, like, say, wash their clothes. Do you guys have a facility to wash people's items?
We do not have. We would have to take things home to our own personal washing machines. So we would really appreciate people at least washing their clothes before they bring them. We have some pretty dirty things that come through there. And what we end up doing is tossing them out if they're too dirty because it's not our job to clean them.
Yes. Well, I think those are two really great points. Read the sign that says what you can't drop off, so those bigger items, and just know that the folks there that are volunteers, and they're not able to move those very easily. And, of course, they can't just stay there. So something's
particularly if you look at the age of the volunteers. I mean, they're 70s, 80s, 90s. It's hard for us to move heavy things, and if we don't have a man there with tools to destroy what they bring that we can't use, we have to hire somebody to do it.
Very good. I mean, very bad. I don't know. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuned in right now, we've got Lorrie Gould. She's the president of the Mammoth Hospital Auxiliary, and Aaron, who's the communications director, would really give me a hard time by saying the Mammoth Hospital. It's always Mammoth Hospital Auxiliary. So, Aaron, I apologize for that in advance. You're going to listen to this. He's going to be pulling his hair out over there. But Lorrie, you're a delight, and we really do appreciate you doing what you do joyfully. I believe that if you're going to do something, you might as well do it in a lighthearted manner to elevate others. And it seems to me you're in the right position to just be an uplifter for our community, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
As the president, did you become president by default? Was it something that you aimed for over the years?
I kind of came by default.
Did you?
Because the gal that was in there had been in there so many years, and I just really felt a little sorry for her. And I thought, well, I can run meetings. I'm capable of doing that. And so I said I would be president. But now she's gone all the way, so I'm having to accept more responsibility. And so are the people who are there, because she's not running the place anymore. But it's a good thing, too, because there are more voices being heard now. It's not just kind of one person doing everything. It's more of a team effort now all of a sudden, and it's really working out well.
It makes it
We
more
have
fun.
some really good people that work there.
I can tell. It's really nice. You're making me want to volunteer right now. You see
Well,
that?
come on over.
But you need younger folks, right? I mean,
That's
well, you know,
true.
all ages.
We
I
just
shouldn't say
got a
that.
21-year-old who became a member who is a cashier now. That's the youngest volunteer we've ever had. We do have a lot of high school kids that come in and volunteer, and they get credit for it for something.
Oh, right.
Excuse
That
me.
makes sense. Yeah.
So that's nice.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Excellent. There's some water there if you like. But Lorrie, you are, I said it before, but I really do appreciate you. I mean, it's really flat out just, what are you going to do when you grow up? For me, you know, living in the mountains was a goal of mine, and being around music and communicating with with our locals and those who tune into the radio. But you're doing it on the front line, and you're using your back out there, and the rest of the staff as well. So shout out to everyone on your team. But I want to remind everybody that volunteers, there's different schedules. You can make your own. They have open 3 days. If you can do a couple of hours, a shift of 3 hours or something like that, it can really make a world of difference over there. Cast-off is located at 3059 Chateau Road, right next to the bowling alley over there. But you can also go to their Facebook page. You guys are in the Facebook world, aren't you?
Yes.
Mammoth Hospital Auxiliary. So give them a like. But head on over there. Is there something that I have not asked you that you'd like to share with our listeners?
I would like to tell you what we're giving the hospital this year. We
Okay.
have pledged $100,000 per year to the new North Wing Cafe.
Okay, great.
And this year we are buying for the hospital an ultrasound machine for the ER department so that they can make a quicker diagnosis of what happens when people come in.
Okay. Now, are you first in line if you need the equipment because you worked in the cast off?
No, I'm afraid not. We have to wait our turn.
Oh my gosh.
But we have a lot of people who are in the cast-off who have been privy to having some of the equipment we've purchased for the hospital help them. So it's nice.
Yeah,
We helped buy the new CAT scan machine, and we helped with the new digital mammogram machine. And so, we get to use the good stuff. I'm so impressed with this hospital. They're so smart. It's a good hospital. We're so lucky to live in a small town and have such good medical help. And that's another thing that makes me feel really good.
Yes.
I personally donate to the hospital because I'm just so impressed.
All those hours over there. Thank you so much. I mentioned it before, but I want to make sure that it is heard clearly how much we appreciate you and your entire staff over there for volunteering and giving money to the hospital to make it so that we have the equipment to take care of us in different life circumstances. So it is wonderful. So it's really nice to know you.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess this is going to do it unless you've got a question for me.
I don't think I do.
That's nice. Let me ask you all well, you're the president. Okay, never mind.
You're the guy on the radio, too. You know the questions to ask.
Oh my gosh, Lorrie, it's such a pleasure. We'll get to do this again, I hope.
Good. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.